Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Step into the Portal. My name is the Brandt, and I am here with Mr. Jude, Matthew from across the pond. He's on his camera. Uh-oh.
Immediately. Great.
It freezes up. With your
like
face
this.
like that.
This is great. Okay. I'm here. Don't worry about me. I'll be here. You don't worry.
You might have to mute that and go from there. So,
don't worry. I can't
so
hear you now. What is happening to my life?
If you can't tell from Matthew's voice, he lives across the pond in Little America, England. And we're going to play some Universus today. He's trying to get his camera to flip around, and we had it all working. We went live, and then it immediately broke the moment that we did that. So that's what's happening. So anyway, thanks so much. If you're joining us there, or if you're watching it afterward, you can feel free to thumb up the video or whatnot. Have not played Universus on this channel in a long time, but you can go back through the channel and find a bunch of videos. Specifically, there is one where I am teaching the game, and Larry and Brian are playing live with the Bakugo and Midoriya original kind of demo decks. So they do that, and then I think they play a game afterward, kind of like at real speed or whatever, if you will. Hey, Matthew's back.
Hello. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to move very gently.
So you could go back on the channel and find that. There's other Learn to Play videos. I think that one's pretty good. It looks like it's long because we talk through everything, and then they play another game afterward, but the actual game they play to teach is relatively short for learning. I think, Matthew, this is the most complex CCG I have learned to play.
Do you know what? I agree. I think it's certainly the one that's taken me the most time to kind of like wrap my tiny brain around. And I've been so lucky that because me and you have been playing this for about 2 months on a Friday, which has been, and we've been doing that for about 2 months, and I'm only just now really feeling like I kind of understand what's happening. But I don't think that should put people off from learning it, because I think the reward for learning the game is definitely there. Because I love it. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't play like there was like Lord of the Rings Middle Earth. That seemed like that was pretty complex back in the day. And there's definitely been some games that have had some complex. The Star Wars CCG from Decipher was relatively complex too, with a lot of ins and outs.
The thing is, like with Magic the Gathering as like the base line, you can make Magic the Gathering incredibly complex.
Correct.
It can be a hugely complex game with a stack of 10 cards on the stack, you know, and then this happens and all that. But you can learn the basics of Magic the Gathering pretty quickly and play a game. Whereas this, the barrier to entry feels heavier. And that's where the complexity lies, right? There's like I think there's the learning curve here is higher.
Yeah. The learning curve to get into your first game, even with somebody demoing to you, is a little higher. I have a system for teaching people that I think works well, but that doesn't mean that's how people are going to learn it if they go pick it up, because I'm not going to be teaching them.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's some things that I think you can help to do if you're teaching other people, which I guess they're going to do some of that we were seeing. So, but I agree with you that once you get in on this game, once you get to like your 10th game, which sounds like a lot, it's like, okay, I now know what's going on. I now know what to worry about, what to not worry about. Win, lose, I'm in. I can kind of figure out things. And that doesn't mean that 9 games are irrelevant. Like the first 9 are also fun. It's just
we've had loads of fun learning, you know?
It's the other one. So
and I've even won some of those.
So I should mention that Matthew, you can find Matthew in many places, but I'm going to mention 2. The first is Watch It Played. You're part of the Watch It Played team, correct?
I am part of the
What
Watch
do you
It Played
specifically
team.
do on Watch It Played, which is a semi-big board game YouTube channel?
Was the second biggest, but no need to talk about it. But I do a bunch of just videos, lists, and those type of videos, and I contribute in all manner of ways. And I do a question and answer show because I have an inflated ego.
Did you do news, or was that on your other channel?
We used to do the news, but the news kind of finished. But I still do like 4 videos a month on Watch It Played. So
there you go.
We don't release that many videos, so
yeah. So you can find Matthew there. You can also find him on audio on This Game Is Broken, which is a podcast I've never been invited to join.
You'd be good at it as well. That's so silly. I'll just hold on. I should put this here. I just put this here. This is my Golden Geek Award.
Nice. Yeah, was that last year's Golden Geek?
This was 2022 one, but technically that's last year's. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like yesterday's news.
Oh, big time. The best thing with the Golden Geek is to always come runner-up, so that you're always relevant.
That's right. So people keep mentioning it. So this game is what is it? A bunch of idiotic people answer a bunch of idiotic questions.
A bunch of idiots get a bunch of idiotic things to do. Yeah, it's basically a take on a board. It's a board game panel show, which is, the type of it's like British radio. We have a lot of panel shows and stuff in Britain, and it's kind of like that. I'm sorry, I haven't a clue, or people know.
It reminds me most in America of Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Wait, Don't Tell Me is the American. That's exactly correct. Yeah.
So that's what it reminds me of. So fantastic podcast. You should listen. I listen. And one day I will be invited to join, so you can find me on there too. Anyway,
all right.
Enough of that.
I'll write that down. Noted.
Oh, and you also stream with Paula on her channel?
I do, yeah. I stream on twitch.tv/Paula Deming.
There you go.
Oh,
so those are all the places you can find Matthew, but you can also find him here on the dinkiest of channels on YouTube. Step into the portal.
Step into the portal. Look, nothing is below me.
There you go. So I'm still struggling with this cam link. So my thing is a little squishy. It's not actually, usually on here I get a little bit more crystal clear. It's bothering me. I just have to switch it back. I'm not happy with this thing, but it's not a big deal for playing today. So if people haven't played Universus, we'll try to describe a little bit of what we're doing. I don't think we're going to do like a full teach here, because we're just going to play. And we're just going to play one game. But Matthew, I'm so excited because Girl Power released.
I can't believe you pulled that. That's such a great card.
So let's just be clear. I didn't pull this card.
Oh, you bought it? Yeah, I might buy one as well.
I bought this card because I love Mei Hatsume. So
yeah, me and Brandt both discovered we both love Mei Hatsume. But I opened a couple boxes of Girl Power, and I think you average one alt art character like that Mei Hatsume, because normally the characters look more like this. And I opened 3 in 2 boxes, so I was pretty happy with that. But I got the Pony Girl, the American exchange student. I got a Toga 4 and a Mount Lady, I think, with the 3 I got. So
yeah, I got Uraraka and Toga.
Yeah. There's a bunch of characters that I am interested in playing in this new set. There really is. So I want to play the Mushroom Girl.
Yes, agreed.
I want to play Mei Hatsume. I'm up for anything. I think people's opinion of Girl Power has shifted somewhat into, this set actually rocks. So that's cool. I'm happy about that.
And actually, I also got the Jiro one.
Oh, you got. I hate you. Yeah, I need to buy that as well. That's good.
Well, I think I can swap Jiro with Mei, which is a cool thing. They can both play in all, so I could swap this deck to be Jiro instead.
Oh, that's cool. So just so you know, the deck I'm playing with is not legal because there are some set one cards in here. So I haven't changed out the set, because this was the deck I kind of like saw and was really interested in playing. It's taken me ages to kind of like get all the components together for it. And I need to take out the set 1 cards and then probably replace them with, I imagine, Girl Power cards. But or whatever. There's the equivalents to put in. It's not too many, but there are certainly some.
So when set 2 dropped, Crimson Rampage, I started playing Mei Hatsume there.
Yeah.
And I tried to make her work. And the deck plenty worked. Like, it was definitely a fun, casual deck, but it was hard to get it to win when I was playing somewhat competitively. So actually, when I went to Gen Con, I swapped and played Jiro 1, not Jiro 2, who's now rotated out. So when I saw there was a new Mei Hatsume, I was like, I'm going to do it. In fact, I have bought Zero Bling. I did finally buy this for this game, but I did buy this Floating Around My Babies back in the day. So this is from Crimson Rampage, which this is going to rotate out. I think it's not till 2025 when set 2 rotates out.
Yeah.
But I've got this full art one, and I'm so annoyed with this camera.
Do the character cards rotate out as well? Actually, that's one thing I didn't know.
They do. In fact, in one of the sets, they put in alt arts of old characters, but then those also rotated out.
Oh, those also rotated out because
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that's like, oh, that might be to keep them in rotation, but it's also they also rotate out.
Yeah. So
what are we dealing with in
gotta keep
May?
it
Hand
fresh.
size and life and all those types
All
of
right.
things.
She is a 6-hander with 28 health.
28 health. All right. I'm going to write this down. This is my.
I've got my health right here. These dice we will use throughout the game. So she has 2 abilities. Her first enhances she can lose a health, and she can increase the rating of the next keyword I play during this attack by 1. So if mine is really, you're going to see a bunch of stun, and stun 1's going to turn into stun 2, and stun 2 is going to turn into stun 3, and Matthew's going to have no board.
Because you also, the whole Meihatsume's whole jive, right, is to you get. Is it Meihatsume who does it where you get, or is it Momo, where you get to increase the speed or power or something by the amount of unique keywords?
Yeah, no, that's her card in here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And then my second enhance is reveal a non-foundation card from my hand, and my tech or weapon attack gets +2 speed or +2 damage. If I do damage, then I have to discard the card and draw another card.
Okay.
So she used to be about assets, which is another type of card in this game. In her other version, you got one of her babies every turn, and it increased her hand size and increased her ability to deal damage and stuff. So she got this giant hand size. So now to still kind of play assets, I could use this ability. If I had an asset in my hand and late in the game they're kind of useless, I could increase damage, discard it, and draw a new card and basically cycle. So I didn't really go for that play, but I think there's an option to do that with her as well. So yeah, that's kind of part of it. But I'm going to be giving it a lot of speed and trying to just get that damage on. And then late in the game, I'll use this keyword boost to bump up powerful with my momentum so that I can hit you even harder.
Destroy me. Well, I'm playing Kyokujiro 2, right? 7-hander, but only 19 health, which is low.
Yes.
But my first enhance is if this attack's speed is 4 or greater, it gets +2 speed, or seal and ready 1 foundation.
Got it.
So that's one thing. And then the other, I've got a response, which is after your attack deals damage, gain 3 applause counters. Now.
Oh, right. I forgot this is this version.
This is the applause deck. So there's lots of ways to use and spend applause counters. So I'm going to have a little dice, which is going to keep track of applause counters and that type of thing.
Canadian Mustache says, "Good morning, Brandt and Mr. Jude." I put on the slide that you are Mr. Jude, so
thank you. Hello.
I've been listening to Hey Jude over and over, and then it's makes me now think of you. It's impossible because you're British with the last name Jude.
That's true.
So you're stuck. You're a typecast. All right. Well, we should roll to go first. What do you say?
Excellent.
Am I rolling? Oh no, your dice are right there. There was a point where I was rolling for you, and then you got the cool dice.
I just got the dice. I was like, you know what? I'm getting the dice.
They're so cool.
6.
3.
I shall go first then, as is my right.
All right. So we will draw up to our hand size. One thing I like about this game is that you always, on your turn, draw up to your hand size. I thoroughly enjoy games where you draw more than one card.
Well, that's the cool thing about Star Wars Universes, right? You at least get to draw 2 cards, which is cool.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I didn't just make that up. That's
no, you're not making things.
You draw 2 cards, right? So because I'm going first, I get to look at my hand of cards. I get to discard one of them and then draw up one, which is to start off. But Brandt's going to get to discard any of his cards and draw up a new hand side. That's kind of like the benefit of going second.
Yeah, there is a first player advantage in the game. So
yeah, we're both going to start with that. I started my character tapped as well, which are committed, which is the second thing, and Brandt won't be doing that, which is important for checks in the game.
Yeah,
I'm going to, I'm going to ditch one of these, which is going to be this. I'm going to draw one. I don't shuffle again, do I? Once I've done that, oh, that's worse. That's worse. All right. But I'm not scared. Okay. Are we ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it. Literally with Jiro there. She's a bass player.
She is a bass player. And I will say, like, when we're playing webcam events, which has been a tumultuous situation in the My Hero Academia card game, in the universe in general, you're kind of like, you're meant to have a second camera so that you can always see that no one's doing any funny business with their hand of cards.
Oh, yeah.
We're probably going to have our hand of cards.
We are playing
screen,
casual.
and if one of us cheats, then I don't know what to tell you. We don't know each other.
Damned for all time. Damned for all time.
We don't. If one of us cheats, we don't know each other as well as we thought we did. It's kind of what's happening.
This relationship is over.
Neither of us care that much if we win or lose. We just need to have fun. So
it is so true.
I'm going to start with Incredible Display, which is on a 2. Checked a 5. Let's get rid of this pen over here.
So the way that works, the upper left, there's a difficulty number, which is a 2, and then you discard a card off the top of your deck. And in the lower right, there's a number which is a 5, and and you have to just reach that number. If not, then you can commit things like your character after the check to increase that value.
And that's why there's a disadvantage to going first, because I've got nothing to commit to boost my essentially a die roll, right? I will then go for Jiro's base on it's a 2 because there's progressive difficulty. The difficulty is 1, but there's another 1 because this is the second card I played. So on a 2, which I should be able to get, on a 5. Then I'm going to go for Release on a 3, because this is on a 2 again, sorry, because it's 0 but the 2 things, which I'm sure I'll be able to get. And I'm going to go for another Release on a 3.
Yeah, it's a good card. With
a 5. So all of these have passed, and you can't attack on the first turn. Not that I've got any attacks in my hand. I definitely do. So that's my turn over. I'm going to put these into from the card pool into my stage. And I'll pass the turn.
All right. So I get to review a card at the start of my turn, so I can discard a card. So I'm going to discard this Showing Off. And then I get to draw back to my hand size. And since I go second, I get to draw an additional card on my first turn only. Okay. So I'm going to play a legal deck. No, I'm kidding. So also you could see my left-handedness comes through here because mine is exactly backwards to how everybody plays. I also play this way so I can flip and have the checks.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I need to work out the best ways to do that because I keep on having to tell my. Anyway, it's just one of those. It doesn't matter. Go on, carry.
All right, I'm gonna play Spooky, and I need a 2 to check, and I check a 5. Oh no, it's my floating around my baby special. Then
you gotta play. You gotta cycle.
I know. Yeah, that's right. Well, if I play one, I'm gonna swap it out for this one, just to be clear. All right, Juice Box Hero 2 + 1, so every one after it increases by 1. So I need a 3, and I check a 2. Oh no, so that's where I can commit my character. Otherwise, my turn would end right there. So then I will play Something to Prove. It's a 1, so 2, 3. Check a 3. My goodness. 0 with Ignite. 1, 2, 3. So it's a 3. Check a 5. That's my other one. And then I will play this. So green cards are assets. They won't count as foundations. If it checks, I'll go through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I check a 3. So that fails. I have nothing to commit. So this gets discarded. Ends my turn immediately, but I do get all these cards here.
So yeah, assets like my Jiro's base, which is unique, which means I can only have one of these out at a time. I can't tap this to boost my check. This is just, but all of the ways it kind of is a foundation, essentially, right?
Yeah. So right. Mr. Blue is picking on here, says, hey, there's a few set 1 cards still in this deck, and then plays 2 copies of the best 0. Totally true, but to be fair, Matthew said, I'm playing a deck that has some set 1 cards.
Oh yeah,
totally fine with me. It's a deck that so it was verified with the opponent for casual play.
Yeah, I was.
But I do agree. Release is a fantastic card. That it's interesting when cards like that get rotated out.
There's 100% 4 of these in here.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, but I will be, making this legal. Also, I'm still a new player, so everyone's going to have to bear with me when I cock things up a bit. So
You're
I'm going to
good,
mess
you're
things
good.
up a few times.
But
All
thank you,
right.
Mr. Blue, for watching.
I appreciate you. All right, so I'm going to draw up to my hand size. I want that to be still in my deck. Okay, I will. I'm going to go for it. I guess that's the aim of the game. I'm nervous. All right.
Wait, what?
I'm just a bit nervous. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Just because I'm just not the best player of this game yet, so I'm just reading cards and stuff. So I will start off with going for this Dragon Strike. All right, so Dragon Strike, which is on a 5, check to 5, like an absolute genius. I'm going to. So it says response after you play this card, flip 1 rival foundation, then seal this card. So that means that I get to flip one of your foundations. Do I get to choose that, or do you have to choose that?
If it says you flip one of mine, then you choose.
It says flip 1 rival foundation. I will just flip the ignite, I guess. Actually, no. The
That's
card
your
in the
worst
far.
choice.
Actually, no. The card on the far left is what I'm gonna.
Yeah, spooky
flip.
makes sense. That one flips, flops your speed and damage.
Then I'm going to. And so seal this card. So this card no longer has any abilities. That's correct, right?
Right.
So that's kind of what happens. Apart from obviously, it's still the attack is going to happen. So this is a 5 mid for 5.
Okay.
And that's about it, really.
You still get an enhance. Do you have a character enhance?
I do. Oh yeah, if his attack speed is 4 or greater, which it is. No, it's kind of like a response. It's like to get you, it gets -2 speed. So I don't really have anything to do yet.
Okay.
This is going to lower your speed rather than do anything to my speed.
Got it.
Go for it.
All right. So 5 mid?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to try to block. So cards have a block number in the corner. Mine's high, so it's not mid. So I'm going to only, if I block successfully, I'll still take half of the damage. So 5 plus 2 is 7. I flip a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it was 5 damage, correct?
Yes. So it's going
to take 3 because I round up.
So you're on 25?
Yep. And then you will mark your card because it will go to your momentum at
this
the
is
end.
going to go to my momentum, which is frankly very important to my deck, that cards are going into my momentum, because stuff like incredible displays, commit 1, discard 1 card from your momentum. Jiro's base, discard 1 card from your momentum. So I've got lots of like try to get things into my momentum is important. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I will go in with I won't back down. So that's on a 5. Check to 5. Oh my gosh, Matthew. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so and my first enhance is if this attack is if this attack is blocked, draw 1 card and gain 2 applause counters.
Okay. If it's blocked.
Yeah.
And it's a what? It's a high?
It's a 4 mid for 4.
Oh, 4 mid for 4. I don't have any enhances. I will pass.
Oh, block it. I dare you. Okay, so I will oh, that's interesting. Okay, so cool. I'm just gonna leave it at that then. So I hit you for 4.
I will take the 4 and go to 21.
Can you keep this going? sure can't. I'm going to go with passing the torch on a 4. I got a 3, so I will tap do. And I'm going to play Pro Hero 10 on a 3. And I got a 3. And that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right. So I will discard here. I can choose to review this card. I only have one in hand.
So these 3 cards are going to go to my discard deck, my discard pile. And this one, because it hit, is going to go to my momentum. Although it can go face up now, can't it? Because it makes no difference.
Which ones went to your discard pile?
Oh, you're right. These 2. I hit twice. I got 2 momentum. Thank you.
All right. We have got some craziness here.
No, I've only got 19 health.
That's true. So all these ready. All right. Well, let's start with the. Where are we going to start? Let's start with a double blade slash. So this is a stain card.
So that doesn't sound very Hatsume to me. Definitely a stain card.
5 difficulty, checks a 5.
Excellent. Well done and congratulations. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
So the first thing I'm going to do is lose a health. And this card gains +1 to the next keyword that I do, which it has stun 1. So you can imagine what I'm going to do.
I'm going to be stunning 2 in a second, I imagine.
But it's your enhance.
All right. So what's this speed and that? What's the?
Oh, sorry. It's a 5 mid for 3.
5 mid for 3. So 5 mid for 3 damage. These dice, they're hard to find, and you have to buy that thing to get them. No one's just selling them. Yeah. You can't even buy Universus dice on like Etsy and stuff. You have to buy that thing. Yeah. But these dice are great. I love them. Okay, so I'm going to enhance, which is if this attack speed is 4 or greater, which it is, it gets -2 speed.
Okay.
So I'm going to reduce the speed of this to a 3.
I'm going to do lose 1 health. Your rival's check to block this attack gets -1. So whatever you check, you'll subtract 1 from it.
Was that a response or what was that? Was that an enhance?
It was an enhance.
Okay, got you.
Sorry, it's an evil enhance, so I have to have evil, but I have evil on May, so.
That's wild. That's so good. Okay. I'm going to destroy 1. Well, no, I'm not. This is too early on. I'm going to pass.
All right, I'm going to stun 2.
Okay, so that's that done. You can't stun out my asset though, can you? Because there'd be no point to doing it, I guess. I guess you could though, because it would have if you had to commit a bit.
It's not a foundation; it can't be stunned.
You can't stun out this asset. Okay, gotcha.
No. All Same with your character. If you have stun, you can't be forced to commit your character.
Can I retcon something?
Sure.
I should have added 6 applause counters.
Oh yeah.
It's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
Completely forgot to do it. Sorry. It's a response, which you could have responded to, I suppose.
It's every time. What is it? Every time you're attacked.
It's when you do damage.
Okay.
Gain 3 applause counters, which is just. That's one thing I'm still not 100% sure on is when to announce response. I know response happen as soon as they happen, but that opens a sub stage, right? A response stage, doesn't it?
Right.
Gotcha. All right. I won't. If I make that mistake again.
Yeah, you just respond in the moment. Like when it happens, you don't really have to say. You technically don't have to say responses. Again, in a friendly, casual game, you just say, "Do you have any responses?" Kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm done, and I'm probably taking some damage now. This is what's going to be happening. You got any more enhances?
I am done. Oh wait, hold on. No. I can reveal a non-foundation from my hand. and I'm going to give it +2 speed. So it's patchwork, baby.
So
it's going to get +2 speed. It goes back up to 5.
Back up to 5. All right, I'm going to pass and I won't be blocking this, just so you know.
All right, so it's a mega 3 damage.
All right, I'm down to 16. Wow. Oh, you're on 20 now, aren't you? Because you reduced your own health.
I'm at 19. 19.
You're 19.
Yeah. I reduced it here and here.
Gotcha. All right, carry on.
All right, let's play patchwork, baby. Oh, no, it's patchwork baby. Like she calls them her babies. All right, 5 + 1 is 6. I check a 4, 5, 6. So my first enhance will be this attack gets +X speed, where X equals the highest keyword rating. Oh, no, I got to wait on that. Sorry. So my first one is to lose 1 health and increase my next keyword rating by 1.
Yes.
So just so you know, I have EX3, Powerful 3, and Stun 2. Now,
okay.
EX and Powerful can increase my speed and damage by discarding momentum, which I have none. So you can only imagine that the stun will stun you, although you have nothing to stun.
I've got nothing, but the keyword ability to using you'll be using the fact that you have like EX3 because of the thing. What is this in general, attack wise?
It's a 3 mid for 1 damage.
Okay, I'm okay with that so far. That's good. 3 mid for 1. Cool. Well, there's not a lot I can actually do. I will pass.
I will stun 3.
Yeah. I'm stunned 3 times.
I assume you'll pass again, so then I'll increase its speed by 3. So it's going to become a 6 speed.
Yeah. So it's a 6 speed. So because I passed, can I come back in? I can come back in though. Yeah. Yep. So I'm now going to enhance, and I will, if this attack speed is 4 or greater, reduce it by 2. So I'm going to turn this back into a 4 speed.
Okay.
I like when you start playing this game, you're like, speed? Nah, attack. And then you realize your attack is pointless if you have no speed.
I've always been a speed demon, but sometimes it's to the detriment where I'm like, yeah, 10 speed, 1 damage.
Yeah.
And people like at some point, and they couldn't block it anyway, so it's like it didn't do much. So yeah, it's definitely a balance.
I love the speed and the damage kind of like as the 2 metrics because they're both super important, and it's difficult to bring, not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's more difficult to bring both of them up really high, right?
For sure. All right. I'm going to use my ability here, and I'm going to reveal a non-foundation, which is Needle Stab.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to give this +2 damage. So then I have to discard this card and draw a new card.
Cool. So it's a 4 mid for 3. I pass.
Then I will play the enhance on here. This attack gets +1 damage for each different keyword in your card pool. So I have Fury, Stun, Weapon, EX, Powerful, and Tech. So it's going to get +6 damage.
Wow, that's a good. You're doing it.
I know. This is what I wanted to play.
This is it. This is what the deck does. All right. Cool. I pass.
Okay. And I will flip something to prove, and it gets +1 damage for each of its own keyword abilities. So there's only 4 on itself.
So it's gain 4 again, right?
Yep. So it's 13 damage.
Yeah. So it's 13 damage. That's not an insignificant amount of damage. That's most of my health.
Only a 4 mid.
Yeah. All right. Are you doing anything else?
I'm done. I pass.
I block.
It's a good call.
I will be blocking. I can only half block, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to go for this tongue whip, which is a 2 low. So now, because it's too low, what that means is I have to 2 plus the 4 is 6. So I need to check a 6. So I hope I'm going to see another one of these pro 10. check to 5, and I will
Yeah.
commit my character for 6 to take 7.
Oh, because it was off.
Yeah. So that hits.
But great example of what you were saying, right? I had a lot of damage, but the speed you were able to reduce.
Yeah.
And you were able to kind of block it and keep moving. So
if I'd have managed to have kept a mid, then I would have been safe.
All right, I'm going to play Pure Dedication, which is a 2 difficulty foundation, so 3/4, and I check a 3. And then I'm going to play Floating Around My Baby, 0, 1, 2, 3, checks a 5, and that will end my turn. And you don't see me digging into my discard pile to switch Floating Around My Babies to this version.
Yeah. All right, so it's my turn. I will be untapping.
And I should bury this because it wouldn't be the top card. All right, this got blocked. This becomes momentum. All you. I have 2 cards in hand. And only 18 health.
6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm back up to 7.
That's a very short game in terms of number of turns. But there's so much back and forth between the turns. They're much longer than normal turns.
Like going to turn 4 or 5 or 6 is like a longer game, right? I feel like. Although some games, it depends. It really depends on the characters, because the characters change things up in such a huge way, right? It's like,
yeah, it's a very combo heavy attack game, so they've definitely favored that kind of to prevent turtling. They didn't want best of 3 matches that end after 1 game, you know. Go to time after 1 game is what I should say.
All right. I forgot that there's an alternate win condition in this deck. It's the I'm a Hero 2, which is this card, which you'll be seeing this turn, so I'll just say it now. It's if you have 25 or more applause counters, you win.
It's a lot of counters to get to.
It's a huge amount to get to, especially because I can spend my applause counters here to increase speed and damage. So it's like...
Right, you'd have to play around that, yeah.
All right.
There is something that gives 10 applause counters, if I remember, though.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to get a considerable amount. I'm going to start with I'm a Hero 2, like we just saw. Okay, so this is going to be a check of a 5. Check to 5.
Nice. Look at your checks are on today.
Yeah, all the cards that I'm checking well with are from like, this is another card that's illegal now in this set, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's like it's the foundations I've got in here that have rotated out are the best foundations from set 1. Okay, so
true.
This is a 5 high for 4. And
got it.
My first enhance is if this attacks. Oh no, that's for me. Oh Lord, my first enhance is. I'm going to enhance. Choose 1 counter on your character card and gain 1 of it. I choose an applause counter, so I go to 7 on my applause counter. This is not a spin down dice. It's just a regular D20. So I'm trying to find all the numbers. After you.
I don't think I do anything defensively. I think I just try to live. So, pass.
Okay, I'm going to discard a momentum to gain 2 more applause counters with Jiro's base. Going to 9. It isn't impossible to get to 25, but it is hard.
Not at all.
So that's this is once per turn as well. Discard momentum to gain 2 applause counters. You doing anything? You
pass.
I will then remove 2, going back down to 7. Some people don't like counters in this game, where I'm like, counters. I understand counters. I like counters. So remove 2 applause. Your attack with speed great. With your attack with Yeah, you attack with greater speed than damage, which this has 5/4. Gets +1 speed and +3 damage.
Got it.
So it goes to a 6/7. 6 high for 7.
I got nothing, so I keep passing.
Okay. And that is question.
Yep.
This enhance doesn't say once per turn, and the cost of it is just to get rid of applause counters. So does that mean I can do this multiple times?
So all enhances are once per attack.
Gotcha. That
Once
makes sense.
per turn
That's
means you
why
can do
once
it
per
for
turn.
each. Yeah, once per turn is you can only choose one attack to use it on.
I think my brain was like, Matthew,
Yeah.
imagine how good that would be if you could just kill Brandt right this second. All right, yeah, I pass.
I will pass. I will try to block with your own medicine. I will play Heartbeat Surround, which is a 0 attack card. So it's 6 + 2. It is a high block, so I need an 8. Check a 5. It's a floating around my babies.
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8. Fully blocked.
Okay.
No damage, no applause, ma'am.
No damage, no applause. That's I feel that.
I've played those concerts.
No harm, no foul, I guess. All right, I'm a hero 2 again. Same card. And my first enhance again will be to choose 1 counter and gain 1 of it. So I'll get back up to 8.
Uh-oh. Pass. I got nothing.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get to 8. Then I'm going to remove 2 counters, and because it's a 5/4, it goes again back up to a 6/7. So it's a 6 high for 7 again.
Okay.
And
pass.
And that's it.
Yeah, I don't see me blocking it. So I will take 7 damage and go to 11 and cringe at the applause of the audience.
I get 3 counters, so I go to 11 counters from 8. Oof. Hold on, I'm just reading a card.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, for people watching, one of the things I really like about this game is this interaction. Like I wasn't able to really do much during Matthew's last attack there, but there's this lot of back and forth, which, you know, games like Ashes and Star Wars Unlimited have done a really good job. Destiny before that, of just giving you a lot of interaction on player turns without it being interrupts, or instance from your hand always. Because Magic always had it. It's just, it was much more limited.
Yeah. I'm going to go for Tasty Riff. So this is a 4, 5, 6. Check to 5.
Oof.
Turn this to a 6. Okay. So this has a first enhance, which is the first enhance of the attack, right? That's what that means.
The first thing you have to do if you want to do it.
So that's choose 1 card not named Tasty Rift with a printed difficulty of X or less in your discard pile. Add it to your hand or build it. So I can take a card from here, I can add it to my hand or build it if it's X or less difficulty. And X is the amount of counters I have, which is 11.
Gosh.
So it's anything, essentially.
Yeah.
So I get to look through my discard pile and grab a card. I can either build it as a foundation for free, or I can take it if it's an attack and put it into my hand.
Interesting.
But I can't do that with another Tasty Riff. So
Makes sense.
Ooh. I'm tempted to grab an attack, but I also, because I feel like I need to kill you now. But do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, am I going to survive another turn? But
well, you got to make the check on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a bit tough, honestly. So
But I mean, I somewhat feel you're not wrong. Like you're gonna kill me here by making the check, or I'm gonna have a bunch of swings at you.
yeah. So
Depending on what I draw, I only have one card in hand. So
I'm gonna build passing the torch. Do I have to check this?
no, build it for free.
Just build it for free, right? So I'm building passing the
Yep.
torch, and the reason is because it's got a good commit to draw a card. So if I run out of cards this turn, so that's a pretty safe bet. I could do another attack, but I don't feel like I should be doing another attack right now because I don't think I'll be able to check it. So this is a 5 high for 3.
High five. Okay.
It's your turn though, so to enhance.
I got nothing. Pass.
Okay, I will enhance. The speed is greater than the damage. Oh no, that's this card. God darn it. That was great.
What do you have to do?
Oh no, it's a whole different thing. It was to do with a different card, so I can't do that. I will remove 2 applause counters, going back down to 9. And it was duos based, wasn't it? So you attack with greater speed than damage, which gets +1, +3. So and it's another. It's going to be a 6/6.
Oof. Well, I have 11 health, so I will pass.
Yeah, so that's 6/6.
I'll make you make that check.
I do so far. I've got no other way. If this attack deals damage, draw. Okay. I don't currently have any way to boost this anymore, so I pass.
I am down to 5, but you do get 3 more applause counters.
Yes, I actually get more than that because
Oh, tasty riff.
Yeah, tasty riff. If this attack should I have announced this? I should have announced this as an enhance, right?
If it says enhance, yeah.
Yeah. So it's if this attack deals damage, draw 3 cards, gain 3 applause counters, and discard down to your hand size, which is something I should have announced, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a response. It feels like a response because it says if, but you're saying you're kind of putting it out there, like I'm trying to deal damage with this for this reason.
Yeah, it's to show that.
Yeah.
All right. I won't do that. I've had too many retcons, so I didn't announce that, so I'm not taking it. I'm going to try to learn from my mistakes. But so far, all these have hit. I feel like if it goes to my turn, I die. Okay. I'm going to play I won't back down 4, 5, 6 on a 7.
So just to be okay, 7 might work because just to be clear, your asset can't be used as a foundation, but I think you have 1, 2, 3 foundations. So even if you check a 3, you're good.
1, 2, 3. So there's
yourself. You'd have to use yourself. All right.
Thank you for the reminder, though. Checking a 5. 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is a 4 mid for 4.
Okay.
So because you were saying I can't block anything, I was like, I'm going to keep on trying to play the high ones, but there's a chance you have a mid, right? So or a low. Yeah. So that's kind of was my thought here. So it's a 4 mid for 4, and if this attack is blocked, draw 1 card and gain 2 applause counters. Is my first enhance.
I pass.
Okay, I'm going to add. It's a 4. Oh, I can't do that because it's greater speed than damage.
Yeah. So you hitting me for 4?
Yeah, I'm hitting you for 4. Damn it! Oh, that's annoying.
I'll go to 1.
I hope you win now. Well, you can't use your ability.
I can't use my ability because I can't lose health.
All right, so that's. I will.
Sorry, unless you have any other enhances, I went quick. But you don't have your character card.
No, I'm done. You're right. So these all go to my memento, which is excellent. And I get 3 more because that hits. So I'm up to 15.
Woo! See what I can do.
I mean, that's the thing, right? I feel like this game is you want to get it, and if you don't, you've got to. I'm like, even though I'm in the lead, as it were, I'm now in a point of I have to survive this turn, and there's no guarantee that's happening, right?
For sure. Okay.
It's interesting because I can kind of see your cards, but I also don't really know what they do. So it's it makes no difference the fact that I can see your cards. It just doesn't.
Right.
That's my level of play.
Okay. What can I do here?
I've got 3 in hand, by the way. That's just so you know.
Let's try a needle stab on a 5. Checks a 5. So my first enhance is going to be that I am going to reveal a non-foundation card, and I'm going to give it +2 damage. So this is a cute baby. So this is one of her assets. I can actually destroy this, and after a card, destroy it after a card's play as a response, and give it plus or -1 to its keyword. So again, I can increase my keywords, which is fun that she's playing keywords. But I'm going to discard that to give it +2 damage. And sorry, it is a 5 high, and it now is for 6 damage.
5 high.
And then I draw a new card. And it's all you.
Okay. I will. If this attack speed is 4 or greater, it gets -2 speed. So that's my first enhance. So it's a 3.
Okay.
High.
I'm going to do the first enhance on here, which is discard a card, and my next attack gets +3 speed.
Okay. I will discard a momentum to gain 2 applause.
Okay. I'm going to do floating around my babies, remove the top 3 cards from my discard pile. So there's actually a remove, almost like exile and magic. So I'm going to put them up here for now, and it gets +1 damage.
So it's a 7.
What is your actual health?
9.
Okay.
I pass.
Cannot lose health. So can't do that. I will pass. So it is a 3 high for 7 damage.
All right. I will attempt to block with this UA high. And it's a 2, so I've got to check a 5. Check to 5. I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
So this misses.
All right. Well, let's try patchwork, baby. Worked well last time.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this. I'm glad you have momentum now as well. So
5 + 1 is 6. So I will commit 1 foundation. And it gets +3 speed from needle stab. So it is a 6 mid for 1 damage.
Okay. I can live with that so far.
Then my first enhance is going to be I will give it +X speed, where X. Oh, I didn't play. I gotta remember that. I keep doing that wrong. I'm gonna do powerful 3.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna discard this card and give it +3 damage. So it's now 4 damage.
That's right. Okay. Okay, so I will enhance. If this attack's speed is 4 or greater, it gets -2 speed. So it's going to go to a 4/4.
Yeah. And then I'm going to give it +3 speed, where 3 is equal to the keyword I played this turn. So it's going to be a 7 mid.
Yeah. How am I so bad at finding numbers on dice? I know how dice work. I know they add up to 7. Okay, so that's 7 speed for 4. Pass. I think I'm taking this. Well, so far I need to block it, but
I'm going to do floating around my babies and give it +1 damage, so it goes to 5.
I think I'm dead. Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the other enhance, which is +1 damage for each keyword. So it has tech, stun, powerful, EX, and then I have tech and weapon over here, so 1 more. So it gets 5 damage to go to 10.
Okay, that's forced my hand. I have to block.
I am out of enhances.
Okay, I can only half block. Well, actually. So this is a 7 speed.
7 mid for 10 damage. So half would work.
7. Okay, 8, 9. Okay, I'm going to attempt to block. It's only giving me a half block with new training method. I know I have 1 card in here that will make this block, and if I
So what do you need? A 9? A 10?
I need a 9.
Okay.
And I have 3 foundations, so I need to check a 6. And there are 3 more copies of 10 rank pro hero,
Okay.
which are 6s. So if this is that, I'll do half. But if it's not, you win.
Sounds good.
It's not. 5.
I think you only have 1 foundation because your asset's not a foundation.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
So I still wanted to see if you flipped the 6 for the joy.
Yeah.
Although maybe it was going to be worse if you flipped the 6 and then.
Oh, then you told me. There's 1 copy of that here. Well done. Yeah, you got me. That's just some powerful stuff.
It's just very combo-rific, which is something I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just chaining together a turn. What I have to figure out in this deck, the trickiest thing is the defense, and then I only have the net gun surprise.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. It's only a 3 bid for 3, but it's stun 2 with 4 keywords on it. So you can stun 3 with her, and it's like a good setup card. Then
yeah.
Defensively, you can actually block with this. It's a 2 mid, which makes it very versatile.
Yeah.
And while it's in your card pool, you can remove it to reduce the speed of an attack to 1. So it's almost like a double.
Yeah.
Gives you like 2 chances to block. So that's my defense card that I have right now.
I love the deck that you're playing. I really like it. There's a strong chance we're going to be playing some mirror matches in the future.
Sounds good. All right. I can swap to something else too. I really like the critical role ones. I like those a lot. So I should work on those. But when I saw there was new May and a new set, I was like, that's where I'm going. But I also have that other one. I don't have it up here. I always say her name wrong. Ryuku?
Ryuku, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got that, and I was able to finish it off with a few cards. Hers is interesting, which is all of your attacks that have only 1 ability or fewer gets +2 speed and +2 damage.
There's some wild stuff going on in this game. Every time I play this game, I come away liking it more. And that is just not an experience I always get from games. I'm just like, man, every time I finish playing a game of this, I'm thinking of the possibilities. I'm like, I need to build a different deck. It's going to be great. I want to do a whole different thing. And it's, I love it. I absolutely love this game.
It's funny for people watching the first time because we've been playing for 2 months together or whatever. So when you played the 4 damage attack, I realized that speed and damage were equivalent and you weren't going to be able to kill me. But I know we've played enough where you're like, just let me make the mistakes and I will learn. So I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like for people watching for the first time, like, Brandt, come on, this person's on your channel for the first time. Like, help them out, you know?
No, I took 1 retcon to get some applause. But if I'd have got the applause from that tasty riff, I'd have been. What was it? You get. It's a pretty decent amount of applause you get from tasty riff, right? Let me just find a copy of it. But I'd have been up to 21, maybe 20, like around 21. I'd have been up close to my my alternate win con. But yeah, I do try to. We've said this lots of times. I'm like, no. I made a mistake. I'm just let me, because I don't learn otherwise. It's like
the community's been great too. I think with a tougher game to learn. Like I always find people are like, oh yeah, well let me play this deck instead, or let me walk you through my thought process or what I'm thinking for your turn. Because you can almost start to see people's decks when you play it, and you're like, well, that's not what you want to do. You know what I mean? So once somebody checks, it's hard to go back. Hey, there's Matthew. Once somebody checks, it's hard to go back because now you've revealed some random information, right? But somebody will play an attack and I'll be like, I don't think that's the attack you want. And they'll be like, no, but I want to. It's like, well, actually realize I have 7 health left and at most that attack is going to deal 5 damage. So those kind of things before they check, you can kind of help people. And I find generally where people are playing, I mean, even when I went to Gen Con and played in one of the tournaments, like people were pretty fair with whatever. Like, again, there's certain points where you've done something, like the old Giro actually looks at the top card of people's decks. Once you've done that, like, you're committed.
You are. Because that's the drawback, right, of the dice roll check being also information. It's a card, right?
Yeah.
But I think with this kind of thing, it's like, because when you're getting into this game, you really are concentrating on what your foundations are. That's remembering what all my opponent's foundations are as well. Unless you just inherently know what the cards do because you are really experienced in the game, which there are lots of people who are like that. Especially the cards that are in the meta, the cards that matter in a sense.
Right.
You can just, I know what these cards do. But like, if I have a card that does something, I think I'm the kind of player who will say, just remember, if I remember to remember, I'm like, I've got something that's going to just negate that. Or so it's like, don't bother doing that, because I could just,
Right.
But also it's fun. It's good to run into that problem and go, you forgot about this. And because like, you won't forget about it the next time. So I do like, there is a mixture between that.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like, there's times where it's like, I don't know if the person actually wanted to use that card or not. And there's times where it's like your applause counters, like, absolutely no reason you're not going to respond and gain applause counters.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's complete. It almost should be a requirement. Like, you must gain applause counter.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just funny, and it's just a response, and sometimes that stuff's hard to do. I actually realized that I forgot to stun you with Patchwork Baby, so there shouldn't even have been a flip.
Yeah, that was it. That should have been just completely.
I'm thinking in my mind I can only use one keyword. It's not that I can only use one; it's that I can only use one for my abilities.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing, right? It's that is what people really mean when they say that. There's been a lot of conversation about it recently in the Universus community. That is what people mean when they say this is a complex game. There's a lot of things to keep in mind. And I know that when you're attacking, you only have to think about your attacking foundations, or you're defending, you only have to think about your defensive foundations. You can kind of like compartmentalize everything and stuff, but there's still a bunch of stuff to remember. And when you're I think the biggest problem is when you're getting into the game, it's like, I'm never going to remember all these things. But I'm a lot better now than I am when I started off. So I'm learning and just really enjoying the process. It's really
funny how it's harder to have cards on the table and remember to use their abilities.
Yeah, instead of having them in your hand.
If you're going to play a bunch of things in your hand, so like in my hand, if I'm playing super casual, I literally just line up the cards. Like, oh, I want to play this one, and then I want to play this. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're playing bridge or something, and you just line up your cards by suits, right?
That's actually a really good point. That's one of the big differences. It's like these cards in my hand don't do anything until you got to play them, right? So having them on the table, I think that's so true. We're like pre-programmed in our minds from every other game that once they're on the table, they're done. But it's the exact opposite in this game. Once on the table, that's when they start having their abilities and everything.
I have one here. I have one card, Cremation.
Yeah.
That plays from your hand. So
they do exist.
Well, I guess all action cards do. So I should.
That was
dumb to say. But this card's interesting. It's lose 1 health. This attack gets +3 speed. So I can just use a card to get that speed that I need to get over, right? Because I had that, whatever it was, 13 damage attack that you blocked, but this could have pushed it to 7 speed.
But it's good that you were on 1.
Yeah. But the other thing this card does, if I have this in my opening hand, is I can actually play it as a response. So like when you went first and built, it's lose 2 health after your rival plays their 3rd non-attack card this combat phase, which to me is turn 1.
Yeah.
Add the top card of your deck to your momentum.
Oh, that's great.
It's a really good card if you're on the draw. Like if you're going second, because I play it, I lose some health, but I get a momentum going into my first turn, or I get a momentum. I also am now at 5 cards, so I can review, draw,
and there's every
go
chance
to 7. So it's a card I've already played and used.
And there's every chance as well that you're playing. That means on your first turn, you'll have a good chance of like. There's cards like discard momentum to get something, right? So it's like, cool, I can get that benefit straight away. I didn't even have to attack. So,
yeah,
It's great.
Cool.
It's a good
Yeah,
time.
no, it's a fun game. The lots of characters. I mean, what happens in time is obviously people have their favorite characters and that's how they play. But what does happen over time is you realize, well, because the characters they each build on 3 symbols, there's a better symbol. Like this deck, which is not true, but this deck plays better with Jiro or whatever, and so people swap out and they see the power. And there's no way when they make, whatever, 10, 15, 18 characters a set that they can make them all balanced. So there's that element, but you can always find a combo. That's my favorite thing. Isn't so much to like find a deck, but to find a combo. Like somebody said, like, oh, play this character with the kick package. Like I used to love Tiger. I played him all the time with all these kicks, and it was so fun to try to get him to work. And it was like, then I built the deck from there, but there's a lot of little like combo ideas that you can really build that make it fun.
You can, I mean, I really feel like that's the thing with building a deck, right? It's like I need an evening where I'm going to be concentrating on building a deck, and I'm going to have a couple of cups of tea. I'm going to be working on this for a couple hours at least to really, but you can throw a deck together, obviously. But if you want to build your own deck, you can really, if you enjoyed the deck building aspect of these type of games, this game has just unlimited possibilities, really, as far as deck building goes.
And I'm not a huge build online, but there is UVS Ultra. .net, I want to say, is what it's called. And that's a good place to search for cards, especially now that the card pool is wider than my brain knows. So like when I'm looking for tech and weapon cards, which is what she wants, it was nice to go on there and search.
Just to know what exists, because there's just so many cards, right? There really is a lot of cards. I mean, there's My Hero Academia, but there's so many other sets. I mean, Attack of Titans coming out, it's like 300 cards big. I mean, it's I think because they wanted to do it for draft and stuff, but it's like there's a lot of cards in that set that's going to be coming out. Tea and deck building. Yeah, it does sound like a nice morning.
Well, morning here, but your afternoon.
It is. It is. It's almost 3 o'clock here.
There you go.
But we make it work.
Nice, awesome. Well, thank you. I'm very excited for Godzilla, which I think is this week. This coming week. I don't know when it is in England.
I think it's the release. The release should be the same.
Okay.
But there's always issues of distribution. Obviously, it's I think the game's made in Japan at the moment, and it goes to Las Vegas and then goes out from there. So it's
got it.
Who knows? But I will say, those Godzilla decks are super expensive.
Yes, it's true.
What's happening? I need to watch a video on what's in those decks. I'm like, why are these $60 each?
Yeah, there's a lot.
They are meant to be very cool. There's a lot of characters. They're like Challenger decks, but there's 3 characters in them or something like that.
Right. So they tried to make it where it's kind of like you're getting 3 decks, right?
Yeah, exactly. When you think of it that way, regardless, I'll be working out a way to logic the reason I should buy these because they are cool.
Well, you should pick one, and I'll buy the other, and then we can at least fight each other with them. So
that's a great idea.
I will show you how the one that you didn't pick is way better.
It's way better. That's exactly what I'm like. I should have bought the other one. That's exactly what will happen. Oh, wow.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure you check out Matthew on Watch It Played. Listen to This Game is Broken, and you can find him on Twitch on
Paula Deming.
You say it. /Paula Deming.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Paula is wonderful as well. So you can find them playing games there, or maybe some Friday mornings here on Step Into the Portal playing more Universus. So.
Absolutely. I'm trying to force Brandt to play as much as possible. So yeah. Thanks.
Oh no, I have to play a game. It's awful that I love. Awesome. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time, we hope you step. Oh, I didn't get it. Step into the portal.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one.